I have got a fantastic interview lined up for you, and just checking that everything's in order so that I can sort everything out. So, can you hear me okay? And I'll just check that we've got YouTube organised. So, where's everybody watching from? You can put in the comments where you're watching from, that'd be great. So, today I have got Kate the Sleepy Teacher all the way from San Diego, USA, who has very kindly agreed to go live with me to have an interview. Do you like my headband, by the way? I'm just going to guest her in, and we'll get started. Okay, Kate, I hope you're ready. Here we go. You probably notice a different background for me today. I am in my kitchen today, something a bit different. Here she comes. I'm so excited. Oh, Kate, hi.
Hi. How are you?
Well, thanks. How are you?
Doing well. No complaints. Life is good. I have to make sure I grab the right beverage for this interview.
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us after school. Did you have a good day at school?
Great day at school. Great day at school. Yeah, I mean, hi, Dean. Yeah, it definitely was a good day. It was a good day. We had a good day. So,
I'm just sorting out YouTube at the same time.
Yeah, no worries.
So it's Rocking Dan's here. Hi, Dan. And Dan contributed some questions for our interview today, so thanks so much.
I saw.
And
that's awesome.
Everyone, we've got some exciting, I've got 20 questions for Kate, and then we've got some exciting activities to do at the end. Kate's going to try Vegemite. Oh, look, I'm facing it the wrong way. Vegemite.
I'm so nervous. I had my done bread.
Oh, excellent. So we've got everything ready to go for that. So everyone, you'll just have to watch to the end for that part. So first, before we start, Kate, I just wanted to say we all had news from Las Vegas. I think it was overnight for us. Really, really sad news. So I'm really sorry to hear that. It was
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard too much because I've been at work all day, but yeah, it's just absolutely horrendous what happened. I mean, it's a major problem that we have here in the States with guns, but it's what it is.
Yeah, so sorry.
It's awful, yeah.
Yeah. I'm also getting used to wearing these. I'm a bit of a novice.
I know. I know.
Kate, I'm so glad you agreed to do this, especially since I was pretending to be you on my promo video. And
I showed it to everyone at lunch, and they were just dying of laughter.
I wore my most sparkly headband today.
I love it.
And maybe
I love it.
How to do your special plaits, your braids.
Yes, I can teach you.
So, Kate, can you tell us a little bit about your hair? Because you've got a distinct style and your accessories that you always have. I love seeing what you're going to wear each time you have a video.
So I typically wear my hair in braids when it's hot out. So I do kind of like, I don't know how well you can see it, like a Dutch braid. Yeah, wait, can you see?
Go a little bit to the left, I think. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Like this?
Yeah, nice.
So I can do it without even looking now. It's pretty simple. I've gotten so used to it. But usually, like, I do it especially in the summer months because it's so hot out. And then it's convenient. It's just done. So, and then I love headbands. I just enjoy them. So I thought I wear a lot of headbands. Yeah.
I bet your students love it too.
The girls do, yes. The girls are like, ooh.
Oh, what's she wearing today?
Yeah, exactly.
Very lovely.
They tell me all the time, you are not allowed to cut your hair. I'm like, okay. They don't want me to cut my hair. Cute.
Fair enough. Kate, we noticed that you always have a backdrop behind you in your videos. The painting there, I think it's a lady with an orange skirt behind you.
Yes,
What is
yeah.
that? Can you tell us about that painting?
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is the painting. I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but it's a Diego Rivera painting, and I actually didn't paint it. My friend who lived in I ended up subletting from my friend, and now I've lived here for the last 7 years. So she went through a divorce actually, and when she was going through the divorce, she painted this. So it's significant in that for sure in that way. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
beautiful.
thank you. I'll tell her you said so.
I really love it. Excuse me. I wanted to know about your classroomology 101 that you do. You've got a
Your
whole series
resident
there.
veteran teacher.
Veteran teacher. Yes,
So
I
I
love
I
that.
remember like, oh, I know. Like a while ago my friend was like, "Oh, you're doing YouTube videos like classroomology." And I was like, "Oh, I like that. Can I use that?" And he was like, "Yeah, use it." So on those ones that I do, I typically try to like impart some sort of advice or like a teaching tip or something like that. I don't know, it just seemed to work, like classroomology. So like I love it. And I typically will do more advice type videos when I like call it classroomology. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. Rocking Dan says hello to you and to me.
Hi,
And Miss
Dan.
Momo is watching from Kentucky, USA. Awesome. And what was your motivation behind the alphabet side of it?
It was like an aha moment because I was seeing so many teachers post stuff about things that we can do for our kids, which is awesome, and I post those too. But I know like for myself, like I made a lot of mistakes when I first started teaching, and like I just kind of didn't know what was really important when I started. And so over the time, you know how this is, you learn and you realize like what's truly important in teaching and what you need to do to be successful at your job, but just also be successful as a teacher. And so I kind of wanted to pass that down to people so that they would just have like the best information possible so that they could be the most successful. Because the burnout rate in California, and then maybe even the United States, when I started, it was 7 years. Then it dropped to 5, and now it's 3. Do you know? And so it's like there's a lot of teachers that I see even on YouTube, and I've talked with CJ Reynolds about this, and I just, I've told him my feelings is that I look at these teachers and I'm worried that a lot of them are really good teachers, but that they're going to burn out, and we've both taught, I think, for 14 years, and you're at 20 years, and I think kind of as a veteran teacher, it's great that all these new teachers have channels and like, thank you, we need but I think as veteran teachers, we can offer something that they maybe haven't thought of or don't understand. And I feel like we have a responsibility to be helping kind of the new generation kind of navigate this whole teaching world because it can be crazy on a good day. So
Yeah, sure. It's a very complex thing, and you do bring a big skill set when you've been teaching for a while. That yeah, I hope that I can pass on some tips and tricks to newer teachers
for,
because it's a
for
really, really
sure.
difficult job. Yeah.
And that's on an easy day.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that newer teachers put a lot of pressure on themselves to try and entertain the kids as well, and to
Yes.
be everything to every kid. And I want them to know that you're only human and that it's okay to be human. And you're not perfect, and neither are the students. And we just sort of navigate through that the best that we can.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
So your school is a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's an international baccalaureate school.
Yep.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I mean, International Baccalaureate it's kind of like it's expansive, right? It's forever changing, it's expansive, and one of the things that I love about it so much is the fact that we have freedom. That no document is like set in stone. They're always living, breathing, constantly evolving, constantly changing, and we push the kids to think globally, right? So We want them to be open-minded. We want them to be risk takers. We want them to have enthusiasm and creativity, and that's all included. So when we teach, a lot of times, you'll have like a math block or an English block, but our entire day is IB. So if we're teaching about the government, we're going to read about government. We're going to maybe do like bar graphs about different, presidential elections, or, we might look at statistics of like, the first ladies, like how many came from here, it just depends what the kids are interested in, right? And you go off of that. So really your entire day is teaching, and everything is included. It's very cross-curricular. And the thing is that when the students graduate with an IB, which is difficult, so it goes PYP, MP, DP. So the diploma years is high school. And when they graduate, they are already far ahead of kids in public school, and they can pretty much apply to go to any college throughout the world. So it definitely prepares.
Before I actually.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
No. You cut out. What'd you say?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that I actually went to an international baccalaureate school for high school myself when I lived in Papua New Guinea.
You did?
Yeah. And that's what they said to us too. We could apply for any university, college in the whole world and get in. So it's a very high standard.
Very high standard. And I think one of the greatest things is we have such freedom, and it's constantly changing as an IB teacher. We're not stuck to a curriculum. The only curriculum we use is in math. And other than that, everything is created all by us, which is great, but also a lot of work too. You know what I mean? You're constantly creating. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to teach this. But I think it's good because it keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you thinking and reflecting about what you're teaching. So I couldn't imagine working at a non-IB school at this point,
Oh, fantastic. And your school's got a German program, I understand. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so years ago, I want to say it opened in 2001, 2002, somewhere in there. And it was just a handful. It started in a church basement, and there was, the classes were tiny. It was like K2, And then we moved to our current school. But at the time when we were in our current school, the other school was still occupying half the school. So half the kids were one school, and the other half were these German kids. And that was pre my time, but they said it was very interesting in those days. And then we got full custody of the campus, I suppose. And so the way it works is that every teacher there are 2 teachers per class, and each teacher has 2 classes. So essentially I have 3A and I have 3B. So then there's also a 3C and a 3D, and then 1 single class. So the way that it works is 3A is with my teaching partner this week. They learn all their instruction in German. And 3B is with me. They learn everything in English. And at the end of the week, we switch them. So the kids that were learning English go and learn in German. The kids that learn in German come learn in English, and all year. So we get half a year to teach the entire year's curriculum for English. Yeah. So it's definitely tricky to fit it all in, but we make it work, so.
Yeah. I think that's fantastic. The kids will really benefit from that so much.
They do.
I just thought we'd say a shout out to a couple of people. We've got Chris Chip. Hi, Chris Chip, Daddy Peel.
Daddy Peel, yeah. Hi, Daddy Peel.
Everybody. So these are some of your fans, I think, Kate.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Daddy Peel. I don't know Chris, but I do know Daddy Peel.
Yeah. So you've been teaching for a while. What would you say is the secret to longevity in teaching?
Humor. Humor and breathing, really. I think that, and I watch this on YouTube a lot, and I get a little bit frustrated for some of these teachers because they're working themselves to the point where they're already ready to be out of the classroom, and I'm and I sit back there and I'm look, I'm 14 years in, and I think it's a different mindset. If you can't get it done in the amount of time, you need to give yourself a set amount of time and then go home. don't overwork yourself, because you're going to be no good to the children the next day. You're going to be moody and upset and whatever it may be. And then in addition to that, like, you yourself aren't going to want to come in. And so you need to allow yourself, say, I'm going to work for an hour after school and that's it. And then I'm going to leave and I'm going to go do something else, or I'm going to go home and rest, or whatever it may be. But I think too many people are trying to do too much in their first years, and they burn themselves out. And I'm guilty. Like, I did this my first couple of years. Like, I would work and be at work by 6 a.m. and I'd leave by 8 p.m. and then I'd go home and work till 11. I mean, it's just not. And I remember being very like, oh, I don't know how much longer I can do this. And then I started to kind of like figure out how to make things work in a set amount of time, and that definitely helped. But you have to have humor too, man. You can't take everything seriously, right? You have a little humor. You just, laugh at the things that are funny, just relax, enjoy it, because it is a special profession and it is an amazing profession. Yeah, that's been you now lately. Do you want me to refresh and come back in?
Maybe. Well, let's try for a couple more minutes and
Okay.
just see how we go. So Kate was just saying, everyone, can you hear me okay? I'm not sure how I
I
sound.
can.
You can hear me, Kate. Okay, so Kate was just saying, just for newer teachers, and one of the secrets of longevity is try really hard not to burn out and take care of yourself and pace yourself. I hope I'm saying this correct, Kate. And just you don't have to do everything, because teaching is one of those jobs that's never finished. Like you were saying, you could stay up till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whatever, and still not have the perfect lesson. And it's okay not to be perfect. Hi, Cam. Hi, is it Kellars? They must be your fans, I think, Kate.
No, I don't know this person.
Not sure. Thinking about kids of today, because you've been teaching for a little while, so you've seen a couple of different types of kids coming. What do you wish you could change about this current generation of children?
I honestly think the current generation doesn't know how to do things on their own. I think there was a shift. Like, when I was a kid, my parents would allow us to kind of figure things out. And I think parents are sometimes maybe a little too involved, and they don't like let their kids figure things out. And then their kids just don't know how to do things. And I think that they're also, you've got a lot of, technology and these things that they have short attention spans. And I think that comes with the fact that everybody does stuff for them, and then they have so much different like stimuli around them. So I think that is definitely something that is definitely plaguing the new generation.
Yeah, so lots of stimuli and parents hovering a little bit.
Yeah, helicopter parents. I mean, let's be honest. Helicopter parents, yes. I don't get them too frequently, but, they'll pop up here and there.
They're there for sure. What do you think this generation has that gives them an advantage over previous generations?
The stimuli. No, they have everything at like the touch of their fingers. So if they're curious about something, they can find the answer instantly, right? Like, we had to look through like the Encyclopedia Britannica. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't that year, it's like, okay, well, this information is, I guess, correct. You know what I mean? Like, but they have so many opportunities to see the world. Even if you look at just like, what is it, the Google one where they put like, they could take in World Book, they can take the field trips like in their classroom. They can go to the Great Barrier Reef. They can go see pandas in China, which that's really great for especially kids that's not going to be an opportunity for them. They're not going to have the finances or the availability to do that. What?
Frozen a little bit, Kate. Everyone, you just froze a little bit there for a second. I might drop out and putting you back in. Is that okay? Thanks, Cam.
Can you see me?
Kate out. Because it's really she's freezing a bit, and it's really hard to hear her.
I'll come back.
I'm just trying to drop you out, but It won't let me drop you out even. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, it's all good. She said she'll come back. Yes, she'll come back. So thanks for being patient, everybody. We'll just try that again. Because, yeah, I was finding it a little bit hard to hear. She froze. So here we go. Just inviting her back in. Thanks for being patient, everybody. Don't forget to put in the comments in the chat where you're watching from. Here she comes now.
Did it work?
Let's try again.
Okay. YouNow's really weird. Like, I never have problems with people who use YouNow all the time, but I find that like people who don't come on here frequently, it's like it's weird connection. So anyway, it's what it is. So
I noticed CJ's not using YouNow anymore for his interviews.
Yeah, he switched over. He said he went with something else, which is like totally understandable because the last couple times it was really bad, like to the point where I couldn't hear him at all. Like, I don't even know what you're saying, you know? So,
Shame. Anyway, we'll power on. So why do you think someone should choose to become an elementary teacher?
That's a great question. So I think it kind of chooses you, in all honesty. Like, I remember thinking, like, I was like the student who was like, I'm going to be done with school and like never return to a school setting. And then I was in college, and you know what I mean? And then I was in college and I was like, I should be a teacher. And then I just never looked back, you know? But I think it chooses you. I think a lot of times, you know, you have to go into it with the right kind of mindset, and you kind of have to be able to handle pressure, you know, because you're going to have a lot of stuff coming at you, and if you can't handle pressure, like, it's just not the job for you. And you're also going to have to deal with parents who a lot of times are, you know, you have, like, so what I always tell new teachers, especially with parents, is that a lot of times the information they're getting is like half of what really happened, you know? And so, of course, they're hearing it from their child's perspective. And so a lot of times they'll be upset if it's not necessarily complimentary or whatever. And you have to remember that, like, you can't get upset when a parent is angry because they haven't probably been told the entire truth, you know? And you have to be willing to, like, if a parent emails you at 10 o'clock at night and they're upset, you know, you have to be willing to try to, like, okay, let's see if we can work this out. You know, and I think if you aren't flexible, this is not the job for you. But, I mean, I've seen people who start and it's just, there's certain people that have like an ease about them as a teacher. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a good fit. You can just tell who's going to be, you know, a lifer and who's not, you know. And I think anybody who's interested in it should probably like volunteer as often as they can in a variety of different settings, so they can get an idea and then decide if you're going to go into it, or if you feel you have a calling, go for it. But it's not for everyone, and it's not for the weak by any means.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. I remember we used to have a first prac. We had a short 1 week prac at the end of, halfway through first semester at college, at uni, and that was at Easter time, and a lot of people just didn't come back after Easter.
Yeah.
But it was good for them because they knew. They knew fairly early on. I didn't know time, so.
They're like, and we're out. We're done. I'm not doing this anymore.
Can you fix that up, please? My son just tripped the light.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. Change the PowerPoint. Woo, teenagers. I love it. Thank you. Hey, Kate, tell us why you started your YouTube channel.
So one of my strong suits is classroom management, and everybody's like, you gotta like help people out. There are people who just don't know what to do in a classroom, and so I kind of started, you know, this whole YouTube channel, but I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, if I've gotten rid of most of them. I was never on camera. Like, I don't have fancy equipment. You know what I mean? Half the stuff would be in the dark. Like, I didn't know what I was doing when I first started, but I knew that I had a lot. Once I decided it was going to be just like a teaching channel, I knew like people need tips and tricks, like how do you get a pencil out of a jammed sharpener? I know how, you know what I mean? Like, right? Like these things. And it's super simple. All you do is take like a push pin, like a tack, and you stick it in the eraser, like get it in the eraser, and then you just wiggle and it pops right out. Like, do you know what I mean? Every time, just whoop. Those things. That's stuff you're not going to learn in school.
So true. I mean, you just taught me that because in high school we don't typically use pencils. So we just, have the pen and the kid never brings the pen. So
of course, why would they?
We've just got a question here from Hope001. She says, as a teacher, she or he, I'm not sure, as a teacher, do you get in trouble if you tell a student's personal information to an entire... I would never do that. I would never tell personal information to a whole class. It's not professional. Yeah. So, we would get in trouble if we did it. You've got it. That's the other thing. You've got it, even though you're in loco parentis and you become very close to your students, you've also got that level of professionalism that you always must attain. So, it's a very complex thing, teaching.
It really is. And like, sometimes you kind of learn along the way, but other things you just don't do,
That's right. Yeah. Hey, Kate, getting back to your YouTube channel, what video of yours are you most proud of?
I mean, so I saw that question and I was like, crap, I don't know. But I think one of the ones that I had the funnest time doing is I got to do with my students. We did the Eat It or Wear It challenge, and any money was trying to help raise money we do Walk for Water every year. So this raises money to buy wells in countries where they don't have access to clean water. And so we did that, and I got to do it with 3 of my students. They all do YouTube, so their parents were there. And it was great. It was so funny because, we just randomly picked stuff. And the first thing I picked, I got like a coconut. And I was like, I love this game. And they were getting like baby food and mayonnaise and like all kinds of stuff. And then like the next thing I got, it was like they had brought like Filipino spaghetti, and I was like, yes, this game is great. And they're just like, and since I ate whatever I picked, I got to like dump the rest on one of the kids. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then the third one I got, I forget what it was, but it was also equally delicious. And so anyway, so I totally won. I was like, I'll never play this game again. I'll never get that lucky again. But it was just kind of fun because I got to do it with my students. It's something that we will forever have. You know what I mean? So probably that one. Yeah. And we did it. Yeah, we did it for a good cause. So, yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I'll have to try. I'll look it up when we're finished and link it below this video.
You have to scroll down for a while.
I hope no one scrolls to the bottom of mine. But anyway, hey, Kate, I was being a bit of a stalker, and I noticed that you've got a special birthday coming up.
I do! Yeah. I love birthdays. I'm so excited. Yes. I'm going to be 40.
I know. I did my maths, and I figured it out. And, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I never thought I'd make it past 30, but yet here I sit.
That's it. Yeah, it's great. Are you going to do something special?
We're going to go to Vegas.
Wonderful.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. My friend that I used to teach with, she lives up north now, and she's like, we got to do something for your 40th. So I was like, let's go to Vegas. So we're going to go. Maybe a couple other people will join us, but for sure the 2 of us will go. It'll be a lot of fun. So
yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, happy birthday for them.
Thank
and my
you.
Birthday, I think, is a couple of days away from yours too. So
awesome. A Scorpio.
She's also 77. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I've got some questions here from Rocking Down the Teaching Man, and he says to you,
Hi,
what
Dan.
do you plan to do when you reach 1,000 subscribers, which isn't very far away?
Yeah, except for somebody's like totally messing with me. 927, 928, 927, 928. I mean, I don't know who it is, but somebody's having a good old laugh at my expense.
It's me. No, it's not me. I would never do that to you.
But I would give you mad props if it was you.
Happy birthday.
Exactly.
It's just YouTube. It's just so weird, isn't it? It's
Yeah, it is.
hard to predict what to do and yeah, where everything's going. But anyway, as
It
long as
used
you're
to drive
not
me
one
nuts.
person.
Yeah. It used to drive me nuts, and now I'm just like, well, it is what it is, and, I just keep putting out my videos, and it's fine. But, so I don't really have anything like huge plan, but I think this is going to kind of maybe coincide. So I just booked a ticket to Tanzania for Christmas and New Year's. Yeah, so yeah, I'm super excited.
That'll be
So
really. Oh, I just typed in the chat, let's get Kate to 100 subs. Oops.
yeah, everybody unsubscribe, please. That'd be great.
Oh dear. What are your favorite grades? You got a fourth grade, right? Third.
Third. Yeah, third. Yeah.
So what's your favorite grade and subject area to teach from Rockingham?
So way back in the day, I would say math 100%. I enjoy like the puzzle of math. I enjoy like teaching kids how numbers like work together and how you can use things that you already have to help you figure out, other things like, hey, if it's 2 and the next one's 4, then you're going to double your answer. Little things like that. I teach them little trips and like tricks and tips, and I think it's cool when I can get a kid to see math. Right? Like, because a lot of kids just see it as numbers, but they don't necessarily see like they can't see it. So if I can get kids to see it, yeah, which is it's a pretty cool thing when they're like, I get it, and they like actually do, and they're not just saying it. So that's pretty cool. But recently, in the last couple of years, I would say writing has been, like, I love teaching writing. So probably the both of those. And then I like the older kids. When I interviewed at my school, I interviewed in a first grade position, which it's not for me. But anyway, I interviewed for it. And when I was done with the interview, they were like, "Hey, you're an upper grade teacher." They was like, "Yeah, I am." You're right. True. Yeah.
Well, I'm certainly an upper grade teacher for sure.
You are, yeah. You're like upper grade.
I did do some casual work, some substitute work when I first started in grade 2 and grade 4, grade 5 and grade 6. And that was okay. It was okay. But the grade 2s, oh boy, I could not handle. I did not have the tolerance or the patience for the snotty nose. The dobbing, oh my goodness, the dobbing. Just crazy. Anyway, luckily we have all different personalities and we all reach a different age group.
Definitely.
This is Francesco Cartelli, hi, and Mickey Av, welcome. Kate, what do you have planned as far as videos go after your ABC series, your alphabet series?
I have 0 ideas.
Okay, so everyone, you've got to put ideas in there for Kate.
Yes.
Videos on because we're with Q, aren't you? Up to Q? I'm
up to Q, yeah, and it's been a while. I now that I'm like working, it's hard to get something out more than once a week. But I have a couple ideas for Q, and then R is coming up, and then S. And then T and U, so like S, T, and U, I all have collabs on those. So I'm pretty excited about it. And on one of them,
I wonder who you're going to collab.
But one of them I'm super pumped because Darren and Megan and I are going to actually meet up and film together for it.
What,
so yeah, like they said they were up for it. So
That's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, we all live. Darren, for some reason, thinks like I live half hour from him, but if he's in Irvine, that's like not half hour. It's at least an hour.
Don't tell him.
No,
Or do you have to go to him?
I think it's easier if I drive to him because Megan's in LA and then I'm in San Diego, so it's easiest to get there. Yeah.
I was going to say, don't tell him, just make him come to you. And he would never know because he's on a plane right now, so he's not watching this.
I know he's on the way to Sweden or something like that, right? God,
Yeah, cool.
amazing.
I can't wait to see that vlog.
Oh, it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah. Rocking Dan also asks Kate, what do you... Oh, no, sorry, this one's from me. What advice do you have for a non-artistic person who might like to get into a form of art?
Listen, I saw your abstracts in your promo video. They were quite nice.
I think they're pretty good.
I agree. That's amazing. I love it. I love it.
I'm telling you lies because these actually are not by me. These are from my children when they were in preschool.
They did good work.
They did. But yeah, what advice would you have if someone really wanted to get into art?
So I hadn't even considered myself artistic. Like, I was always very like creative, but I wouldn't consider myself like an artist until a couple years ago. So randomly, I just started like an art, my two friends, one's a published artist and the other's the art teacher. And they were like, do you want to do art journaling with us? And I was like, okay. But I was so nervous and it just kind of grew from there. And I really just kind of immersed myself and just started watching a ton of YouTube videos and like reading about it and then just trying stuff. And I have to tell you, like a lot of times I'm like, nope. And I just glue the papers together or rip them out. I'm like, that looks awful. You know, Jessa was made for a reason. But I mean, that's the thing is like for me, I think I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, I found collage and I kind of found my style. So now I'm actually, people are asking to buy my artwork and I'm like, that's great, but it just, none of it's ready yet. Because I do everything in books, so I have to like transfer over to Canvas. So, but yeah, like, got a whole other thing to focus on, you know, it's crazy.
So cool. That is so cool. I think to get paid for your art is a wonderful thing. I hope that you go really well with it.
Thank you.
You know, when I first stumbled across your channel, probably about a year ago, I think, I actually thought you were an art teacher at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Art teacher.
Thank you.
And I think, oh yeah, okay, my next question. Apart from painting, what else do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
Napping. No, I mean, I do, but I love being outdoors, so anything outdoors. I love gardening. I wish I could say reading, but yeah, I'm not the biggest. I think because I read all day long with the kids, so then when I get home, it's like, oh, I want to go work in my garden or like drink wine in my garden or I want to, you know, paint or I want to go to the beach. So I don't typically read that much at home. I read just pretty much with the students. So I would say, yeah, gardening, the beach, go like hiking, you know, all those kinds of things that are outdoors. I enjoy. Yeah.
Awesome. That's so cool. Did you take up running recently?
I was a runner back in the day. I mean, I really was. I used to run, I ran one marathon, but I did half marathons for years and years. Like,
Wow.
I was a machine back in the day. Like, you know what I mean?
You are
So,
cool.
thank you.
That's
Yeah, I
so
mean, I did marathons, half marathons, triathlons. I've done metrics, which is like a metric century on bike. You know, like I hiked Machu Picchu. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I keep myself busy. I always,
40, right?
yeah, now I'm 40. Where's the cane? I'm so old.
Everything hurts.
Everything hurts.
Oh, no. It's pretty good. Hey, Kate, you are the live stream queen.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, speaking of marathons, you kind of do those live streams. What do you love about live streaming, and what advice would you give to someone who wanted to start live streaming?
I think it's just like the connection I get to make with people, you know? So there's a lot of people that will come in and say hi, and like I talk to them via Instagram and like whatever social media they like to use, and things like this. And it's interesting because I really feel like I have a chance to kind of connect with people, and it's just interesting. And I like watching other people, like, and getting to know them. And but now's been, it's hard too, because there's like that fine line, right? And so I've been kind of in this weird, like, I only go on a couple times a week now, and it's just a fine line, of like me as a teacher and like live streaming. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm actually going to live stream. Like, I'll still probably do it, but just maybe like people watching me do art. So,
Yeah.
but it's a great way to meet people. Like, it's a great way to like kind of expand your horizons. And I think too, like, especially if you're like a shy, like when I go out, like before live streaming, I wouldn't necessarily like be like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? And now after this, I'm like, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? And I think if you're a shy person, it's a great way for you to gain those skills on like how to talk to people. So in that sense, I think it's very helpful.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. It's pretty scary, I think, because you never know who's watching, and you never know. I'm always scared I'll run out of things to talk about, but
Like, if I can go for 8 hours, like there's stuff to talk about. Oh my god.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. My 20th question is from
Yes.
Darren Nakahara.
Yes, Darren, my buddy.
What's your playing land, Darren? If you rewatch this, just note I said your name, Nakakihara. I've been
It's
practicing
wait,
it.
how do you pronounce it? I thought it was Nakakihara.
Oh, really? Maybe I'm
How
saying
do you?
wrong. I say
No, I'm probably saying it wrong.
Nakaki,
Nakaki. How do
Nakaki.
you say it?
I say Nakakihara.
Why is his name so hard?
It's very unique, though.
It
I like
is.
that.
Did
Okay,
you
so
see him on Supermarket Sweep?
yeah. That's so funny. Oh, maybe I should dress up as him.
Oh
And then
my
I'll just wear
God.
my neck.
With like a grocery cart?
That would be awesome. I think I
You
should do
should.
that.
You should.
We both should do it.
We should. You could be Darren and I'll be the partner in the back, whoever it was.
Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, his question was, why are you sleepy?
Oh my God, this is such a great question. I'm the worst. I stay up all hours of the night because I'm a creative person by nature, and so usually I can think the best in the middle of the night because I don't have any distractions. So like sometimes I don't go to bed till like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and then I get up like a couple hours later and then I go to work.
Yeah.
So I'm usually pretty sleepy, and I've always loved naps. And then also too, even when I was a little kid, I was just always very sleepy. I loved sleeping. Like one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah, pretty good. I have to
Yeah.
admit, pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, so Kate, this is I'm just chucking in an extra question here, a bonus. Um, what what's the most important piece of advice as a resident veteran teacher? I think my accent's getting a little bit better. What do you think is the number one piece of advice that newer teachers need to receive from people like us?
God, that's such a great question. I think, lightening up, not taking things so seriously, and like breathing, because I watch a lot of new teachers and they just like wig out, and it's like, it's relax, lighten up. Like it should be fun. Yes, it's stressful, but it should be fun too, and If it's just stressful and you're always like running around and you don't take a moment to enjoy it, you're going to miss all the amazing things that happen in the classroom. So I think that's the best advice I could give. Like, take those moments, laugh with your kids, have a good time. Like, no kid wants to sit in the classroom for, 6, 7 hours and it's boring, like have some fun, So I think, lightening up, not being so serious, breathing, laugh a little, those are all very, very important.
Yeah, for sure. And don't take things personally too. I think, like I said
Yes.
before, there's a lot of pressure that teachers put on themselves to be everything to everybody. And when a kid doesn't like that or doesn't like what you're asking them to do, because that's what kids do, they're just kids.
Yep.
Then the new teachers take it so personally and they go into this downward spiral and it's the end of the world.
Yes.
Kids are kids. They
Yep.
say things, they're mean, they're lazy, they're silly, but they're also fun. And
Yes.
when you take yourself too seriously, you're not going to last.
Yeah, true. I agree 100%. 100%.
So, Kate, I wonder if you can give me some tips on my hair here.
Yes.
So my hair, as you can probably tell, is quite frizzy. I tried to straighten it, but it didn't even work. And it's really humid here today. And it's also deceivingly thin.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I would not have guessed thin.
Yeah, I know. There's
Would
lots
not
of
have guessed that. Yeah.
This is my natural.
Oh my God. I love it. Well, braids are always popular. Braids are always good. So
Do you part straight down the middle?
sometimes, I think I sort of did this time. But see, my mom would die if she was showing you this because look at my part. It's like not even straight. She would be so sad. She'd be like, you need to get your comb. What are you doing? And like in the back, it's probably not straight either, but.
Well, that.
Yes. Yeah. And then separate it. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And
there you go.
So my plaits are going to be really thin.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I'll need some tips on how to make them not so. Which side should I do? Everything's back to front.
Typically when I braid my hair, most people braid over, I braid under, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you start? Where do you start?
Well, I actually start up top.
Oh.
I start at the top and work, yeah. But if you were just to do it here, I braid underneath. So here, let me see if I can push this back a little bit. Okay, so like if I'm going, it just takes a little bit, once you have it, you have it. You know what I mean? So like here, right? So like I go underneath instead of over. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to try it now.
Okay.
So like that. See how my hair's so thin? Anyway.
You'll get like a night, and I do tight. Really, really tight. Yeah. As tight as you can go. Tight is the way to go.
Because I thought I needed it to be puffy, like to look thicker. Maybe not.
No.
Okay.
I think it's the under braid. There you go.
Okay, cool. I look so young. I love it.
Right? Super youthful. Super youthful.
Okay, so while I'm doing this, you'll need to tell me about what you know about Vegemite.
Okay, I've heard it's super salty and not very tasty.
You've been talking to the wrong people. You've been talking to Americans.
Well, I remember you said not to open the boxes unopened. Good girl. And it came straight up. Let me just cover. It came straight up out of Australia.
Yeah.
So, right? I was looking for it today, and then I don't have a toaster, but I have a panini maker. So then I was like, I'll just put it on the panini maker. So I've got my done bread.
Oh, cold now.
It has to be hot?
Well, it doesn't have to. It's okay.
I mean, I can just put it in the microwave real quick and, like, warm it up.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, no. Let's just try it cold first.
Okay. All right, so I have to open the box.
I'm excited.
I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about this.
So mine looks like this. You can buy it in big jars like this or like this. But I didn't send a big one like that because it would be too heavy.
Yeah, no, I think just a little tiny one is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I actually got mine from McDonald's.
Wouldn't that be so funny if, like, I actually liked it? Like, this is great. Send me the Costco size jar. Okay, I'm opening the box.
Okay, let's see. See it?
Okay, I got one more. Okay, all right. Oh, and there's chocolate in here too. Hi guys, yes. So I haven't eaten candy in a while, but I'm gonna make an exception. Look, is this like the chaser after you have a drink? Okay, here it is. I'm so nervous, you guys. Oh my god. Okay. Like, do I put the whole thing on?
Yeah, take the whole thing off. Okay, so you guys, should I just let her do it? Or should I give her instructions?
No, give me instructions. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey! Doesn't it smell? Oh, I love that smell. What does it smell like? Tell the audience, they might not know.
I don't know what it smells like. I think my bread scent is too strong. I think I'm smelling the bread. I don't know. Okay, do I just spread it on like jam?
Hang on, what about butter?
Oh, I think there was butter on this when I toasted it in the panini. I think it had a little bit. Do I need more butter?
It depends if you love butter or not.
I mean, I'm good without it, I think.
Okay. So you want to put some on a knife, or just a knife.
All right. Does it is that enough, or do I have to put more? That's plenty, right? Since I'm just trying it. I'm super nervous to eat it. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of Vegemite, no?
And I've got a moral dilemma. Do I tell her it's too much, or do I just let her slab it on, plaster?
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do it with you. Hang on.
Okay, wait, but I'm gonna not put that much on now. Now I'm nervous. Okay, is that good?
Okay, so you're my friend. I have to be honest. You're my friend, so you want to put it thin as possible.
Thin. Okay, thin. All right.
Because that's the mistake most people make, is they whack it on. And a lot of people I don't think they sniff it first like you did, and they just think it's like Nutella, and so they're expecting Nutella. Don't expect Nutella.
Okay.
It's not Nutella. So, hang on, let me just show you what I'm doing. So this is how, it's really hard. This is how thin I'm doing it.
All right, okay.
So thin that you can nearly see bread coming through it.
Oh, okay, wait, I gotta go a little thinner. All right.
Otherwise, you will hate it and you'll spit it out all over your computer.
That'd be some good YouTube, right? Okay, wait, I'm a little nervous, a little afraid. I saw the challenge question, and I knew you were sending Vegemite, but I was still, nervous. Okay, so look, is that right?
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
At the same time? 2, 1. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's gross.
It's beautiful. Are you kidding?
And they like, go give this to some homeless people.
Oh, you poor
It's
thing.
like stuck in my mouth. It won't go away. No. You know what's so funny? At first, like I taste it, I'm like, oh, it's not so bad, and then it like really got in there, and I was like, nope, not bad.
You know what?
Oh my
It
god.
might be better with more butter. I don't know, but we just love it.
Maybe. Oh,
It's so yum salty, and it's really good feeling a little bit, or what we call crook, if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, a little bit.
I don't think I'm going to be eating that when I'm not feeling well. Oh,
I was hoping you might like it.
oh my god, yeah, no.
Imagine if you put it on really thick.
Oh my, oh, there's no way. Do you know what's so funny? It has B vitamins.
Yeah, it's healthy.
I love that they have this at like McDonald's. God.
Oh, lucky I didn't
Oh my
this jar, hey.
god. Pretty much.
Okay, so you have to try the violet crumble now.
Okay, so this was like,
Chocolate.
I've not eaten candy since March, whatever. So this is like my first piece of candy.
Let's have a little bit.
Just a little bit. Oh, it's huge. Okay,
Yeah, it's
let me
massive.
break that off.
Okay, so it's going to be, it's crunchy.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a malt ball or something on the inside, kind of. Okay. It tastes like what Charleston chews, kind of like the chocolate tastes like. Have you ever heard of a Charleston chew? The chocolate tastes like that.
Foreign.
Right?
Oh,
I ate on the same side as my Vegemite to kind of
yeah.
loosen some things up there.
I good, Kate. Thank you.
I was like excited to try it. I won't be having any more though.
Oh.
I'll send it to CJ. You know what I'll do? I'll give one to Darren. He's good at finding stuff in the supermarket, and I'll send the other one to CJ.
Yeah. I'd love to watch them eat it.
That or maybe I'll send one to Miss May. I'll be like, here, Miss May, just for you. You're welcome. Oh yeah, no.
We love
There's
it.
like, yeah, there's no way.
It's beautiful. And if you have it on hot toast, it all melts in with the butter.
Oh, listen, I will take your word for it, but I am not eating breakfast in Australia anytime soon.
Oh, that's so funny. You're such a good sport.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, Kate. Well, I'll probably sign off soon, but thank you so much for joining me on my little channel. And
This
I love
was
watching
fun.
your videos. Whenever I watch your videos, I feel really welcome.
Good.
Yeah, a really warm person.
Good. Yay.
Yeah, very loving. So I think your students are so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
I hope that you have the happiest of birthdays next month. And maybe I could send her more Vegemite. What do you reckon, everybody?
No, we're good. And we're good. For my birthday, you cannot send me Vegemite. That would be great. Awesome.
But thanks so much, and I wish you the very best in your YouTube channel and your art
You
career.
too.
And you've got so much to offer. I think anyone who watches your channel is truly blessed.
Thank you. I feel the same about you, so. Yeah. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed that interview with Kate. She's such a great person. And if you're not subscribed to her channel, you must subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's got great tips. And like I said, she's got a really warm personality, so you'll feel really welcome on her channel. Plus, she wants to get to 1,000 subs. And wouldn't that be a great birthday present for her to get up to 1,000 subs? Anyway, everyone, have a great day or a great evening wherever you're watching from, and we'll see you next time.